Let us make a Christmas tree bag. So I first started off with making a pattern. You can see the very top has 9 inches across, 2.5 inches down, 4 inches for the triangle, 2 inches across, 1 inch down, another 4 inches, 2 inches, and then 1 inches, and then another 3 inches. The bottom of the bag is 13 inches. That's why I wanted to put a 5x5 book in it. So that's why I wanted to make a little bit of a bigger bag. I did start off with making it out of muslin first, and just to make sure I did get the pattern right. I'm going to cut 2 of those, and then I cut it with some good fabric, so right sides together for this fabric, and cut out the pattern piece. I used some ribbon for the very bottom, so you could see it goes out the bottom there, and it is just ribbon with some wire on the sides. And I just cut a strip, and it just depends how long you want the little tree base to be, so it's kind of up to you and your preference. Just fold it in half, and I sewed down each side, and I left the top open. So with the top being open, I didn't have any stuffing, so I ended up cutting out some scrap fabric and then just shoving that in there. I was doing a batch of these, so that's why there's so many, but you would only use one for the pattern. So I'm just putting all those scrap fabrics in there, and once they're all done, then I will put this on the inside of the fabric. So the pattern side, it'll go on there. So I do want to make a mark in the center of where it's going to go, and then I will open up the inside, and I'm going to make sure that the open part of the little tree stump is also at the edge as well. So everything will just get sewn down. But first, before I do sew it all the way across, I'm going to sew the top. So I folded it and I ironed it, and I'm just going to take that to the sewing machine. So I'm going to sew up the top first, both sides separately, just so that they are pinned down, and then I'll sew all around. So I do make sure I cut all my corners and the edges and everything, just so that when they get turned right side out, that it will be able to poke through. So you can see I'm turning the bag inside out, and there you go. So I did make another bag with a lining in it, but when I turned it inside out, it became a lot more bulkier. It doesn't really need a lining. I am using a chopstick just to poke these through, and then once they're fully poked, and you can iron them as well, you could add some detail to them. I was thinking you can add some sequins to the little triangles, and that'll help it make it so that if it does get turned inside out, it doesn't fully get turned inside out. So yeah, I'm just hitting it with an iron and just making sure it's all nice and smooth, and then I'm going to run some string, some cotton cordage just on either side. So I'm just going to take a safety pin and the cord, and so how you're doing the top, it really depends on the size of your cord that you're going to use, of how much you fold it down. I did watch a different tutorial where they didn't actually encase the string that went around, and they just had it loose. I did that on one of them just to see what would happen, and it really doesn't make the bunching at the top look really nice. So whatever method you do use of how you finish it and how you add the cordage, just make sure that it's more encased, so it'll get more of that scrunched up look at the top that you're going for. Otherwise it just kind of comes loose and messy and doesn't really look like a tree top. Kind of loses its look. So once I do one side of the cordage, I do it all the way through so it comes around to the other side. I just cut it off and knot it off. Again, you could use ribbon, you could use so many different things. Just make sure you either add length to the top, or you just make sure that whatever your width of that material is the width that you're going to be making the casing with. So the casing was just folding down it so that the raw edges aren't showing, and then you're just sewing it down so that there is a hole up there. So I found that was the best and easiest way. It looks very clean. So now I'm just going to the other side and just taking the safety pin and putting it all the way through again, just so that it meets the other side. So that's 2 sides. You can do it one-sided, though I do look it looks a little lopsided, I feel like, but it is possible it does still close and everything, but I think the overall aesthetic just looks way better with two of them. So yeah, just knot those up and that's it, and it's good to go. It's a pretty simple and easy project. I do really like them. I've been making them non-stop now. Now that you can also do it in different sizes, but I did want something a bit larger just because then you'll be able to hold more presents or more gifts into it. So you can always change the pattern so that it is smaller. You can change the shape of the triangles if you're wanting them a little bit bigger or smaller, or a little bit more down further. It's really a versatile pattern that you can just make and play with. This is another fabric that I got last year, so I wanted to make one out of this as well. So it's been a great time making these for gifts, and I hope you enjoy this lesson. Talk to you later. Bye.